Sometimes what people call bad luck, other people call good fortune. Let's have ourselves a pocket sized pep talk because I'm about to prove to you that having a positive outlook can not only reduce your stress, it can improve your luck.
A pocket-sized pep talk, the podcast that can help energize your business and your life with a quick, inspiring message. Now, here's your host, Rob Jolles.
Okay, two stories. Let's start with story one. Last week, the travel gods really stuck it to me good. I showed up at O'Hare Airport at 6 p.m. and found that my 7 p.m. flight back to National Airport was running 30 minutes late. This was due to thunderstorm activity. When I noticed that there was a flight to Dulles Airport that was also delayed, but set to leave at 6:30 p.m., I made a run for the gate. The 6:30 p.m. departure was an airline fairy tale because the plane wasn't even in yet. What's more, I had to wait in a 45-minute line just to see if I could get on the plane that wasn't even here yet. While waiting, my original 7:30 p.m. flight was canceled, and my rare United first class upgrade was lost as well. I ended up getting on the 6:30 p.m. flight, which left the gate 2 hours late, sat on the tarmac for another hour and a half, and didn't get back to Dulles until midnight. What a lousy night. I couldn't catch a break. Now let me give you story number two. Last week, the travel gods were really looking out for me. I showed up at O'Hare Airport at 6 p.m., and I found out that my 7 p.m. flight back to National Airport was running 30 minutes late. This was due to thunderstorm activity. With many flights canceling, I felt pretty lucky to even have a flight that wasn't canceled, but I figured a smart use of my time would be to check out a flight to Dulles that was running an hour ahead of my flight. I made it to the other gate, and although the line was long, I had a good book. I felt that I was being prudent by waiting to see if I could get on standby on this flight, rather than just sitting and doing nothing. I got lucky because my 7:30 p.m. flight ended up canceling, and the line I was in grew even longer and longer. Well, we loaded late, and a thunderstorm hit right after we boarded the plane, so we had to wait out on the tarmac for a while. But at least we were all on board. We were also going to be in line to take off as soon as the skies cleared. It cost us a few hours, but when we opened back up, we were ready to roll. There was a lot of traffic on that tarmac, adding another 90 minutes or so, but with so many flights canceled, I was thrilled to be one of the lucky ones to make it home that night. It was a good night because I caught not one, but two breaks. The first break I caught was when I decided to wait in the line around 6 p.m., a full hour before my flight canceled. And the second break I caught was my ticket. United had moved me up to first class on my original flight, so I was holding a first class ticket. Although they didn't have a first class seat available, that little gem of an upgrade moved me to the top of the standby list. I felt so lucky that I'd been given a seat on one of the few planes to make it back to DC that night. You've just listened to one true event told in two dramatically different ways. Now, I'll bet you're wondering where the concept of luck comes into this particular event. The truth is, luck does play a part in all this. You'll notice in that second story, story number two, there are several moments in the story that deal with the positive side of the problem at hand. Research has shown that lucky people usually see the positive side of their bad luck. I'm sure you'll agree that our attitude plays a part in the luck we often enjoy. In that second story, you'll also notice moments in the story when I observed how much more difficult the situation was for others. Once again, research has shown that lucky people tend to look at their bad luck and imagine how things could have been even worse. Certainly, you'll agree that it helps if you can remove the cloud of bad luck and perceive the same situation with perspective. Our attitude and perception can work for us or against us. Every life has its share of positive and negative moments. If we feel downtrodden and unlucky during those moments to challenge us, How in the world can we contribute to a positive attitude? Not only that, we might not be open to the opportunities that we can take to help alleviate the situation if we're bogged down with negativity. When we take those challenging moments and truly believe in a different story, we put ourselves in position to maintain a positive state of mind. No matter what the obstacle is, we might actually gain something from the experience at hand. So, the question really is, what story will you tell?
Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's show, please rate and recommend it on iTunes, Outcast, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also get more information on this show and Rob at jollis.com.